Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play episode 150 of Torment Tides of Numenera, however you say the name of the game. I'm IVATOPIA, we're in the heart of the bloom. We've just used our intelligence to interact with it, to push their thoughts away, to take control, to find who we need, but now I don't have any left, I'll drain myself, and just do a few things I need to do. So, we read this last time, so as you can see. They're just wrapped carefully in fleshy tentacles and knotted muscles, watched closely by tiny chittering minds that were spawned for that purpose. Control the fibers and muscles of God, Oceans. Take control of the sensory organs around the heart. Try that one. 15%. I failed that. Great. Far too clumsy, you stretch out your thoughts towards Irison, so immediately you hear shrieks of alarm and the eyes of the bloom are up on you. At once the bloom voices raise all around you, shrieking and cheering, trying to cast you out of its mind. Retain presence in the bloom. We're gonna get kicked out. Oh no, we stayed in, nice. I thought we would have failed that. Bloom's insoluble voices swarm over you, but your will is strong and you stand firm. A terrible groan, like the cry of some undersea Lavarian, shakes the whole heart. Then the voices go quiet and a scene begins to play out in your mind's eye. A memory is stolen by the bloom from someone else. The perspective is woman's, and she is speaking to a mind. You recognize the changeling god at once. Through this body is an old one from long ago. The pair stand upon a circle of gold and sky overcast and clouded above them. Mal asked, "Not even your handiwork is proof against me," murmurs the woman, turning her face from the changeling god to hide it. "I am a monster," she thinks, rotting from the inside. Outside him. "No, Maron," says the changeling god, "I have no way of fixing you, but you need not live in shame." He reaches into a pouch and the woman knows that he means to give her something. His gifts are always wondrous, but if you accept them, you are never the same again. Changeling God hands her a masked expression of egomaniac. She notes just on their relationship has become a pretty thing, he says, feeling bitter, disappointed. "I can just as well wrap my face in bandages or cover my head with a sack." "Put it on," he insists. Because she realizes there is something more to this gift, she raises it to her face. The memory stops, cut off by the bloom. Its voices chitter, insistent that they want you to finish it, to recall your sire's memory of this event. Help the bloom find the memory. You delve into the hidden memory, seeking the moment the bloom has just shown you. To your surprise, the bloom voices are beside you, helping you focus, pushing aside similar memories that distract you. At last, the memory surfaces. It is exactly as the woman remembered. The details are different, like the colour of the robe and the sky above, clear and blue, if your sire's recollection. But now you recognise her for who she is. Marshall, the first cast-off. She holds the mask you gave her, put it on. You hear yourself say, and she places the mask over her face. At once, it seems to meld with her flesh, and her face becomes that of a lovely young woman. Her eyes widen, knowing that something has changed, and you hold up a looking glass for her to see. She laughs aloud, a sound you haven't heard from her in years. "You can change your face at will," you say to her. "Try it." Marshall nods, watching the looking glass carefully as her face morphs into that of an old woman, then a homely beggar lady, then a Vel jelly, and a dozen more. The last face you see is a dark-haired, regal in bearing. It is the face of the Muvra, accompanied by a distinct sense of hunger from the bloom. The memory fades. The heart offers no explanation as to why it showed you this memory, but the implication is clear. The Mumra is merely a disguise, a mask that conceals the first cast-off. She has been alive, hiding behind a false identity for years. That name's got before. Who was that? Is she here? Try to ask the bloom why it showed you memory. Demand the bloom release Dasher. You try to form a question in a way the bloom will understand, but you either fail or ignores you. Instead, the air in the chamber ripples as once a transmission rift tears itself into being, and a human figure topples out, dripping black juices, coughing, gagging, vomit to the floor. You recognise them at once. It's Massoff, the cast-off artificer you met in Zavan's Daywalker's Mere. Your first thought is that the bloom has somehow tricked you, released the wrong man. But no, the bloom's voice assistant is Massoff. The first cast-off conceals the truth from you to avoid arousing your suspicion. For the moment, Massoff is recovering from his ordeal, barely aware of his surroundings. He hasn't even seen you yet. The bloom's tongue slides painfully out of your body and setting you free. Oh, we did it! Yay! They show no further interest in you, and the whispering voices are gone from your mind. Oh, I was worried then with all the other thing he's trying to take over the bloom and cut it, that we'll have to do all that stuff. Rises, clutches himself, and abruptly vomits a clot of black fluid into the glistening flesh beneath his feet. Small red wounds mar the flesh between the wires, crisscrossing his skin. Gods! He growls. Gods! He looks up at you. His mechanical eye socket spins. Wheels within wheels, focusing on your face. You're the cast-off that was riding Zavern Daywalker. What the hell are you doing down here? How did you recognise me? I thought I was rescuing someone named Ezra, but here you are instead. Doesn't matter, you're safe now. Saving you. How do you recognise me? Muscle movements, he says, grimacing. Small variations on expression, as good as a signature for those who know what to look for. He coughs. More of the black fluid against the back of his wrist. You didn't answer me. What are you doing here? Saving you. Oh, he grunts. The first sent you. He's not surprised. She won't be getting the resonance chamber working on her own. It's all too easy to destroy the damn thing if you don't know what you're doing. Something about the words said in his voice stirs a memory in you. Resonance chamber. The resonance chamber. The sensation builds. That's the whole thing I was trying to fix at the start. He winches, teeth clenched. Gods, the bloom is a terrible host. Stuck in a damn tongs into my stuck its damn tongues into my guts to force feed me, filled my lungs with bile. Not sure what you did to get me out, but thank you. He spits a black tinged wade of phlegm over his shoulder. It was like, isn't it? Well, how do you get out of here? She's waiting, and you know how she is. Hold on. How did you end up in prison to begin with? I don't know, actually. I thought I was working with the Marathon or two just a few minutes ago. Not sure how we're going to get out of this here. Yeah, that one. His expression goes wooden. He says, rubbing his finger. Look, don't tell her I said anything. I don't need anyone shouting at me right now, let alone her. This is the worst headache I've ever had. But a headache is uncontrollable through your head now as well. A headache is coiling through your head as well. Lance spreads over Master's face, and he reaches out to catch you as you topple forward. What? Why did I just topple forward? You're underwater, the fading pulse of a sonar ripples through the water, then it's gone. An invisible pressure crushes your body, squeezing your head. Gerbra, with a cast-off's tattoo, rises from the dark to confront you. I should have known you need something of ours to finish your resonance chamber. Don't you, father? He regards you with scorn. You haven't learned anything. You would sacrifice all of us for a chance at survival. You and the first. Pride blinds you both. You're wrong, Form, you snarl, yet his words frighten you. Is he saying Marcel's alive? With her own plan to stop the sorrow? She must be stopped. Any plan of hers will be dangerous. I built the resonance chamber to save us all, you say. It has the power to weaken the sorrow. I can kill the creature. A half-truth, the chamber certainly has the power, but who knows if it will be enough to kill. Will you apologize to me then, selfish child? Will you beg for my forgiveness? Well, you lie. You always have, Form says calmly. Though your motivations differ, Marlon's plan and yours will result in the same end, destruction of every last cast-off. I will not allow this to happen. He makes a complicated gesture with his fingers, and his pressure on your head increases. Form's voice grows muffled and fades as your mind. Muffled and fades as your mind, your sire's consciousness flees its imprisoned body, abandoning it to the Gimbern in favour of a new host. So these are the memories of the cast-off why it's in my head, and then when it was changing God, why it's in my head, and then he left, and that's why I had the memories. Return conscious, the headache fading, your mouth starts taste of seawater or blood, light and wet heat bathes the side of your face as the bloom opens a transmental portal. You can't be sure where it leads, but it's certainly your only way out. Someone, Massa, is bracing you, holding you up. You alright? What is the first plan with the chamber? To sever he gives you an odd look. You know, maybe you should ask her. I don't know enough about what's going on here. Just how that it frees us from the sorrow, without sucking us into someone else's mind. That should be enough. He shrugs. Sorry. She can't do it without me, though. I best be getting back. Ooh. Hey, where you going? Buddy, don't just push him. We just saved you. You just pushed him. He's just going to go in there anyway, isn't it? Yep, there it goes. What did he give me? Frictionless Mirrorcaster. The spiritual object is made of unfamiliar good greenish metal. The object seems to be constantly moving, rotating in a different direction, but when you hold it, you cannot feel the slightest hint of friction. You feel the click and whirl of countless mechanisms moving within the device, generating an almost intolerable heat. Patting you awkwardly on the shoulder, he limps past you into the portal and vanishes. And he should also say he also shoves Thingy with his shoulder. He did. It is only when he's gone that you see a glittering contours of a small jet lying where Mazza was standing and Mirrorcaster. It must have fallen from Mazza's pockets. You wipe the slime from the joints of the machine and add it to your belongings. Is he gonna be? I can't fix it without this now. Okay. I guess we're gonna leave. Nice save. 57. Push and pull characters into walls or edge or platforms, deal additional damage and knock them down. 65%. Come on, load. Load the game. Oh, there he goes. Where are we? I can't move nothing. Where did he get? I guess we want to go back in there, don't we? Did he go somewhere specifically over there off the screen? Oh, actually. While we do that. Where's our friend? Let's sleep. In here. Is it you? Oh, it's you. We'll pay, it's fine. I'm gonna go in full strength, don't we?
Thanks.
Kind of feel we need some of them little things to use if we need them.
Nothing can stop me now. Absolutely.
Was this here before?
Right.
Now pylon supports it might be a crystal has been thrust into the bloom flesh at the junction of the two armoured neutral antennas, where the bulbils processing around it is effect of this invasion, or wherever it was the reason for the invasion in the first place. Possible to judge. Like so much of the bloom, it uses both mystery and mucus. So the bloom flesh modules and scythe running for around. Examine the pylon. Pylon purpose is clear and polished. Is this the chamber? Polished metal reveals no further clues. You notice, however, that there's a deep succulus in the bloom flesh where it meets the pylon. The tuck filling the crevices makes it impossible to tell what, if anything, inside. Reaching to succulus. Your forearm deep in the warm, mucus tug when your fingers brush against something with a hard edge. Obviously not part of the bloom flesh. You're also distinct from the pylon, distinctive. Fortunately, your touch has dislodged it and begins sinking deeper. Quick grab it. 100% nice. Suspect icon cipher opens a channel to the nearest celestial body, fires a blast that deals and confines rounds nearest enemy on each turn. You plunge in deeper and catch hold of the metal object. With relief, you pull your arm and recover the cipher out from the moving succulus or whatever. So gain cipher. Okay. Study the bloom and scythes around it. The nodule is pink, pulsating and moist to the touch. The scythes, by contrast, are hard and bony. Beyond that is mystery. Going through it again. Slightly bit of deja vu washes over you. Whoa, amnesia. There's an old man rambling on about a fall experiment. It involves some kind of prehistoric rodent capable of telepathically linking its mind with others of its kind. Perhaps a forebear of the Sindarin, whatever. The old man posits that it positions or posits whatever that if enough of these rodents gather together, the sheer power of their conjured desires would be enough to change reality. And for what world would these scavengers wish? He asked. Theoretically, one where everything, even the very dirt, is man's. Is that supposed to be like the dung, the poop or something? Ooh, I didn't mean to double click that. What is this, by the way? Oh, it's the thing I read before. It seems that he intends to manipulate the bloom's transmissional nature to test his Mura dreamtime hypothesis. Such meddling, of course, cannot be tolerated. So, as he natters on, you slip the sunspot totem into the succubus. Seems implausible that the Codger will ever complete his dimensional anchor, but now at least you can be sure that it will not interfere with your own plans in the bloom. The memory phase, you pull your hand out. Huh, is there anything else? Nothing beyond the covering hand. Okay. Huh, interesting. Did I use my quick fingers and I want to rest again? Cost me money, but I've got plenty right now. Is there any merchants down here I can buy from?
Just what I needed.
I kind of feel that the guy there, merchant, might be buy stuff from him. So I'll do that next episode, and then hopefully we go in there and carry on with the main story. So please like, subscribe, see you next time. But I've told you have a great one day out there. And if you haven't already, please share this video and subscribe to the channel. Put any comments you want. See you next time. Thank you very much. Bye everyone.